Hey guys, this is Hal for HES Ultimage. For personal channeled messages, go to hesultimage.com, and for DLC energy bracelets. These come in 8 different colors and 3 different variations of metal colors. So there's gold tone, black tone, and silver tone. They're really great, super comfortable, so check them out. Other than that, make sure that you check out the free mini monthly reading contest. Just go to my channel, search for the free mini monthly contest video, and then just leave a comment and you could win it, alright? Okay, that said, let's get to your message. Hey Geminis, this is Hal for HES Ultimage, and this is your channeled message for the month of February 2016. Hey guys. Alright, so just kicking things off, this month is going to be about making peace or making a truce with someone or a group of people who you have prior considered either a rival, a nemesis, an enemy or adversary, or somebody who you just felt was being shady to you. Sorry, now I'm just thinking of hashtag shade, like popularized by RuPaul's Drag Race. um, but that's kind of the energy of what you're dealing with. Is like, okay, somebody who used to have as like hashtag shade is now going to be hashtag not BFF necessarily, although that might happen down the line, but like hashtag I'm cool with you now, like something like that. um and I do like to kick this off by saying, like, I know a lot of the time I have to give, like, it just always feels like I have to give Geminis tough love, and I think that's because number one, I think Geminis respond really well to tough love. I think Geminis are a tough sign, and I love that. And to me, Geminis are a prideful sign, and I relate to that a lot. I've got tons of Capricorn in my chart. It's very prideful. And I'll say this too. I'm from Philadelphia. You know, we have our rivalries. We're a type of people who, can draw a line in the sand. We're not afraid to say what people don't want us to say. So I can understand how you can polarize between one person and another, okay? And and even in metaphysics and stuff, I jokingly think, oh, I have my rivals and I have my polarizing personalities from who I am. You know, it's a natural part of life, and that's okay. But in February, you're going to be taking steps to improve a relationship with somebody where there doesn't have to be any kind of rift anymore. See? All right. So, the first thing I had just to do the bullet point was a truce is to be established. This must be arrived at, but must be a group effort or two-way street. Okay, so the first thing is, it doesn't have to be a single person. This could be a one-on-one exchange if there's just one person that you consider to be, somebody who you've had a divide with. In which case, a coworker, a frenemy, if you will, um, an adversary, a rival in work, or a rival in academics, even, um, a rival socially, because sometimes people, rival for attention at social gatherings or at social groups. Sometimes people rival because they're both single and they're always going for the same guys and stuff like that, or the same girls. Um, and that kind of goes into the, like, frenemy kind of territory where it's like, okay, a guy's got a bro and he's always getting in his way when he's trying to meet somebody or make a good impression. Or if a girl has a girlfriend and she's always trying to one up her and look cuter or all this other stuff, and that's how you feel about it, that this is the time to really start to bridge some gaps and go, okay, I think we're going to make an effort now to give a little more love to this relationship, a little more, positivity to this relationship. I want to try and understand you better. I want to try and heal whatever's going on that's keeping us so, like, okay, it's literally the energy of like opposing magnets, and then all of a sudden you find something that kind of binds you and where you can respect each other, because respect was a really big word, guys. Respect was the biggest word in this whole message that's coming, all right? um that the respect is what winds up binding you and what winds up, establishing this truce, this peace treaty, this moment of, oh, like, we can actually see eye to eye and respect each other and bring more, um you know lessen the animosity of what we feel towards one another. All right, the group element. I want to give this because I know this is a big deal for a lot of people. When you have a rivalry or any kind of thing with a group, it could be family related, where it's like everybody always seems like they're against you, or maybe it's just your siblings who you feel like are always trying to get at you, or always teasing you, or always signaling you out. It could be a work thing where maybe there are certain cliques involved and some of the cliques don't like you or like they won't let you sit at their lunch table. This is also for academics and for school. People of all different ages watch this channel, so I like to give very diverse examples, okay? And that way, once it starts manifesting in your life, you can recognize and go, up, there it is. That's what it was. And you know how to deal with it. All right. So again, in the group example, cliques can be a big thing too, where sometimes you feel polarized by a clique. And again, then it's about, bridging the gap, lessening the haterade that's going on there. Okay, hashtag haterade. I'm sure a lot of people don't use that, but I'm from Philadelphia. I can get pretty slangy in these videos. I hope it's at least amusing. But anyhow, um, so on top of that, other group situations, if you're in a social situation where it's like a church or a country club or things like that, where it's like there are social groups where everybody acts a certain way when you're together and then just never want to see you when they're apart, or like, you're friendly, but then it's like they ice you out later. That's another version of how this energy manifests. And it's the idea of, again, finding a way to find common ground and then make it so it's less awkward, less uncomfortable. And that way it's a little more solidarity in the experience of what you have to share together. This is the other thing. I feel like this is the type of situation where it's partial necessity to involve and engage with this person. So, a situation where it's like work, family, friendships, groups that you see often, whether that's socially through work, school, um, volunteer work, even social activities and stuff. I'm a part of a social group that meets like once, twice a month, and there are a lot of people there, and some people have like egos sometimes, and some are the greatest people ever, and sometimes that makes you feel uncomfortable or a divide. Again, in this case, that little bit of extension that's going to be occurring and that you're really going to be initiating, I'm going to be honest. Like, it's your responsibility to initiate this month and to create that, that lessening of the animosity, lessening of that rivalry. Sorry, I like the word nemesis simply because it's a pop culture kind of thing ever since 30 Rock used it like a million times. Um, and I jokingly call certain people my nemesis. And it's funny because I mean, I truly believe we're all human and it's okay to feel that way. And sometimes you're smart to feel that way. Um, for me, it's usually more in a joking manner. When I think of some of my fellow metaphysics who are a polarizing, kind of variety of who I am. And I mean, but we all have that. And I really want to say that to show you, it's like, I am not holier than thou. I never am, you know? I believe that we're all going through this experience and that we need to be able to connect on a human level. And it's all about being human, guys. All right. Okay. Reeling it back in here. Because I believe metaphysics is all about humanity and human evolution, and that'll come later. If you want to read the updates or rather watch the updates later, that's fine. All right, come on, coming back in. All right, so that said, we've all got people who are polarizing for us or groups that are polarizing for us. And again, this month we need to work towards this betterment of at least one of those connections. All right, next. Okay, this was the next part I got. You can afford to have a friend or two or an ally or two, all right, rather than an adversary or an enemy. Now, this has a few different shades because, again, the frenemy thing to me personally never made any sense. I think it's a much more popularized term I think it even might have started in a more feminized part of culture. But I do think it's relevant in both cases. You know, they're like frat boys and stuff who have people who are their frenemies. So it's not just about girl culture or something like that. But the subtlety of a frenemy even is really something that's completely unnecessary. Your friends should be your friends, all right? So that's one example of, you know, affording an ally rather than a half ally, if you will. All right? The other one is it's so much easier to interact and to be in life, especially with someone who's in a part of your general overall life path sphere, like work or family. Um, or a social group that you're regularly involved in, or a friend of a friend even, when you can relate and when you can connect on any level. All right, because sometimes all that it takes to begin the conversation and to, okay, I literally got the idea was kind of like taking the person's hand even for a second and making that connection. Sometimes it's as easy as finding that common ground. And that common ground might not make you best friends, but it'll be enough so that you can form any kind of connection that winds up, you know, binding you, okay? And that's really what the whole month is about, you know, binding you to that other person, finding that common ground, finding that respect. And this was the other part. Um, I got hang on because things are changing. So your relationship won't necessarily change on a dime, but the tide's starting to shift there, okay? And it's going to be because of your effort that it shifted. And granted, the other person will find ways of reciprocating. You might have to be a little more persistent than that other person because it's your lesson, really. But you know, if they're being a real jerk to you every single time that you're trying to extend yourself, then you know you know the difference here. But you know, it's more that you're making small efforts and they kind of go, oh, they're making an effort, weird. Oh, okay, I'll make an effort too, here we go. And it starts to kind of move forward there. All right, this may require some persistence or negotiation, so that's what I already said. And I got some underlined and very big. So it's not a lot of effort. So it might just take you like one or two times to go, hi, and for them to go, wait, what? They're saying hi to me? I thought we were like this far apart. You know? All right. And then the last one, sometimes we need to show some more respect or admiration for others to, okay, not only to get it back, but to share a positive experience with another person. All right. So here we go, just wrapping up here. You have a wonderful, awesome opportunity this month to set straight something that has been a real rift for you and for that other person too. And, you know, I'm going to put it this way too. It doesn't have to be that you become, you know, the League of Nations with this person, that you have to become super allies and it's like you're walking arm in arm and stuff and you're going out shopping together, out for a drink together or a beer. It doesn't have to go that far. You know, this is a process and sometimes the process only goes so far. But it could even be that they become a neutral ally, where it's like they're willing to maybe help you once in a while, or give you advice once in a while, or go hi and give you a smile, you know? Even that is a small victory, but a worthy victory this month, all right? So challenge yourself this month to connect to that person or group that's been a divide, because it's going to result in some great possibilities for you and some great stuff moving forward that you can have together. All right. So that said, thank you for watching and I'll see you later.